back to Green Hill Gaming, where I share my passion of video games with the whole wide world. In this live stream, I am back again, live streaming Metal Gear, because Metal Gear deserves a lot more love than it got in my previous live stream. That's all I'm going to say. So sit back, relax, but as always, and more importantly, enjoy the live stream. And here it is, the game itself, Metal Gear. This is, of course, the Nintendo Entertainment System version of Metal Gear. And right here is, of course, the Nintendo Entertainment System in its true form. This isn't a emulator, a RAM, digital download. This is a physical Nintendo Entertainment System. So I'm going to pop my cartridge into my NES. Cover it on. I'm going to take it back out because, of course, it being a cartridge, every now and again you have to blow into it, so it will work. Well, some people say it's a myth, blowing into a cartridge, but you'll see for yourself, it actually works. Metal Gear. Let's start. Hello, Aiden, and hello, TT. I can't see that properly. I'm so sorry. Let me pause. And Chad Middleton. Okay, so Colson and TTV Grim Reaper. There we are. My brightness is turned down. I want to get everyone's name correct. I want to welcome you all to the live stream. So it is TTV Grim Reaper Games. I'm just going to call you Grim Reaper Games. So Colson, Grim Reaper Games, and Chad Middleton. First of all, happy Christmas Eve to all of you. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely Christmas. And you are all very welcome to Green Hill Gaming for a live stream of Metal Gear. No Colson, this ain't Sonic, but it's retro like Sonic, so close enough. Close enough. So I hope you all are doing very well, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. Hello, it's been a while since I was last on your channel. How are you doing? I am doing very, very well. Thank you so much for asking, Grim Reaper. How are you doing? Are you looking forward to Christmas? And happy holidays to you as well, Chad. What about you? Are you looking forward to Christmas, Chad? Happy Christmas Eve, Johnny Boy. Thanks, Colson. Happy Christmas Eve to you as well. Death Stranding movie for Johnny. No thanks. No thanks. I'd rather a Metal Gear movie, to be honest with you. Cheers. Hope you have a good Christmas as well. Thank you so much, Grim Reaper. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And I'm glad that you're doing good as well. So this is Metal Gear. This is the game that started the series. This is the game where Big Boss is referenced for the first time, and you will see this in just a moment. Stealth gameplay, items like binoculars and cigarettes, all of these iconic characters and items and equipment referenced in Metal Gear for the first time. So you can see the stealth gameplay right there, avoiding the soldiers. So my live chat is YouTube is being YouTube now again. There we go. Chad got Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition and Bill Clinton Game of the Year. Good stuff, Chad. Good stuff. That sounds like a nice gaming Christmas right there now, Chad. Hope you enjoy. So I've got some enemy dogs, which we're not going to fight. We're going to run away from them. And hopefully not get bitten. I got bitten once, but it's okay. Not to worry. Punch the lights out of the enemy. Pop into this truck. And here we have located the binoculars. And as I mentioned earlier, the binoculars are such an iconic piece of equipment in the Metal Gear series. You see them in pretty much every Metal Gear game. And this game, Metal Gear, of course, being the first game in the series, is where they were first referenced. Behind there. Check the live chat. Chad finished Saints Row 2. Congrats, Chad. Nice one. Well done. Just in time for Christmas as well. Good stuff, Chad. Okay, so you can actually go in any direction you want to go. If for whatever reason you wanted to go back up, you can go back up. You can go left, you can go down, you can go right. So the correct route, I believe, is, well, I don't know actually, I think it's right. And then you go down again, I think, after we punch a dog. For no reason. That dog was minding its own business, but I just punched its lights out. Take that, PETA. Oh god. No. No, my health is really low. Some more enemies. Oh. Dead. Look, big boss, speaking, Operation Intrude, N313. Spoke about this in my previous Metal Gear live stream, which nobody watched. Shame on all of you, because Metal Gear deserved a lot more love than it got in my previous Metal Gear live stream. This is Metal Gear, for Christ's sake. All of you Hideo Kojima simps, simping for Death Stranding. This was where the Metal Gear series began. So if you want to simp for Hideo Kojima, then appreciate his legacy. Boom. Now I'm only joking. I'm only having fun. So I spoke about it in the previous Metal Gear live stream, but I really like it. I like all these references for the first time. This is the Codex. This is the original Codex. And this is what it looked like. And you have none other than Big Boss speaking to your character, which is Solid Snake. This is Big Boss. This is Big Boss. The father of Solid Snake, the main character of this game, but he doesn't know that yet. A lot of gamers will know Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. He was the main character. And what's really interesting is Metal Gear, this game right here, takes place after the events of the Phantom Pain. So it's a crazy situation that I spoke about previously in my previous live stream. But the first Metal Gear in the series, you know what I mean? Like the first Metal Gear that got released actually takes place after the latest entry in the series. So the last Metal Gear that got released outside of Metal Gear Survive, of course, was Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, and this takes place after the very first Metal Gear game that came out. I just find that fascinating. It's just great to go back to the very first Metal Gear and have like Big Boss referenced and see the codex. It's oh, my live chat is weird. Here we go. Don't forget PT. Don't forget PT. I thought it was a Venom Snake. Yeah, you are correct. It is correct. The Metal Gear lore is too confusing to go in depth with, but you are correct. It is Venom Snake that actually is the main character in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. It's ends up becoming fake Big Boss basically. But that's just too complicated to go into, really, to be honest with you. So we'll just refer to him as Big Boss. You know, it's just too complicated. You know, the lore of Metal Gear would just give you a headache, to be honest with you. So, Big Boss speaking, Operation Ensued, N313. You are to infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven, then destroy their final weapon, Metal Gear. Now, I know I spoke about this in my previous live stream, but there wasn't much people watching my previous live stream, so I'm going to repeat myself, whether you like it or not. So again, what you're actually seeing here is a reference to Outer Heaven, which was what Big Boss was trying to establish. You even hear of like, you know, like it all started with Peacekeeper, yeah, Metal Gear Solid Peacekeeper, on PSP, where Big Boss separated himself from country and border and you know set up a country without borders, full of mercenaries and whatever else. But his ultimate goal was Outer Heaven, you know, which essentially was just a country full of mercenaries without borders, without a flag or anything like that. They were just fighting for themselves and fighting where they needed to go. And yeah, Outer Heaven was the title that Big Boss gave it. So to see that reference in Metal Gear, the very first game in the series, I just think is fascinating. And then of course Metal Gear itself, the deadly weapon Metal Gear that needs to be destroyed. But what's crazy is Solid Snake doesn't actually know at this stage that Big Boss is actually the leader of Outer Heaven and is actually you know the person who actually got his hands on Metal Gear. You don't know that yet. So again, it's nice to be able to go back and play that game knowing that. Big Boss is sus. He's not. An imposter among us. Yeah, pretty much. He's an imposter, Big Boss, in the Phantom Pain. This game, I've been saying this as well a lot. I said it in my previous Metal Gear live stream, but I'm going to say it again because it's what I do. I repeat myself a lot. This game needs a remake a lot more than Metal Gear Solid, because Metal Gear Solid already has a remake. It's called Twin Snakes. If you want to simp over Hideo Kojima, then buy Twin Snakes on the GameCube and knock yourselves out and have a great time, because it exists. There's no need for a remake of Metal Gear Solid, especially when you look at where the timeline has been going. Ever since Hideo Kojima made Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, he's been telling the prequel story of the series. He's been telling the story of Big Boss. You first hear of Big Boss in Metal Gear, while Hideo Kojima wanted to tell the origin story of Big Boss. Who is he? How he came to be. So Metal Gear Solid 3 and Peacekeeper and the Phantom Pain are like the origin story of Big Boss. So Phantom Pain, which is the previous game in the series, that takes place before Metal Gear. So Metal Gear Solid doesn't take place after the Phantom Pain. Okay, it doesn't. So it would be Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. This is timeline wise now. There's Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Then there's Metal Gear. Then there's Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and then there's Metal Gear Solid. So in terms of the timeline, it just makes more sense to continue the timeline with Metal Gear It badly needs a remake. Just I mean, look at the game. I mean, visually in audio, gameplay, it needs a remake. Twin Snakes already exists. That's the remake of Metal Gear Solid. If you want to experience a Metal Gear Solid remake, then get Twin Snakes. If you want to respect Hideo Kojima and simp over him, then get Twin Snakes. But there's no need for a remake of Metal Gear Solid. I've been saying that a lot, and I will continue to fucking say it because it's important to say it. Oh, my life chat has gone weird. I might get Ground Zeroes. It's on sale for $2. What would you get for $2, Chad? What would you get for $2? You would get nothing for $2 in today's world. You should get it definitely. You should 100% get first attempt to contact missing or Grey Fox, then try to find the Metal Gear. Grey Fox is Cyber Ninja, which you actually fight in Metal Gear Solid. I think it's the next time you actually see him. And again, to see Grey Fox referenced in Metal Gear, I actually think it's just really, really fantastic. It's just why this game needs to get a remake. This is the game again where so many iconic moments, characters, equipment was referenced for the first time. To go back to Metal Gear and remake it just makes perfect sense, and not just because of that, but because of the fact that timeline-wise, it takes place after the Phantom Pain. Like there's so many people who picked up the Phantom Pain. It would have been their first Metal Gear game, right? So they would have gotten really immersed in the story of Big Boss. And so what better thing to do than to tell what happens after Big Boss? And you also find out like what happened the twins, the clones, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. So they could even do it because it would be a remake. They could do a thing where you actually get to see Liquid Snake and Solid Snake, but obviously the main character Solid Snake, but to see a little bit of Liquid Snake as well, it would be good. So a continuation of the Phantom Pain is basically Metal Gear. It would make a lot of sense. You know, I won't let it go. I will not let it go. But definitely, Chad, I would recommend 100% getting your hands on the Phantom Pain. Use frequency. Again, this is the codex. This is the code. Use frequency. That noise. Use frequency 12085 for all further communication. So that is a old school codex. Again, this is the game where the codex was first referenced. And again, you see stealth here. You know, you wait for the enemy to fall asleep, but he's going to wake up again, isn't he? You know, because it's a video game, they don't really stay asleep that long. You know, I'm going to leave and come back out. They don't stay asleep very long. You know. Hello, doggies. They didn't get me this time. A young Solid Snake played by Tom Holland. Chad, you're looking for a slap. I'm telling you now. Tom Holland, oh, no thank you. No thank you. Oh yeah, you already got the binoculars. One thing about Metal Gear, which is good, is even though you will die a lot and, you know, go back to the start, any equipment that you have picked up, you will still have. So I should have known that now. I made a fatal mistake there now, because I took some damage there now that I didn't need to take if I had known. No, I haven't gotten very far in this game, but I presume you do get actual weapons as you progress. Because that would be kind of insane if you didn't. I think if you go straight down here, you can kind of take a bit of a shortcut. Yeah, see? This is handy, like. Oh. So just have a look at this game, and visually, gameplay wise, audio. Oh God, how did it see me? I think you will agree that it does definitely need a remake. Like, so Chad reckons a young Solid Snake should get played by Tom Holland. No, thank you. Nobody wants that, Chad. Oh, did he get me? I don't think so. Oh, that was close. It was too close, actually, to be honest. Crap. Okay. That worked out good in the end, actually, didn't it? I think the dogs are actually husky dogs. I think it's a husky dog anyway, and they also make an appearance in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Well, they make an appearance in a few Metal Gear games as well. Metal Gear Solid as well. Oh. I'm just trying to spot and notice and point out as many like iconic items and characters and references in the series, because this game is what started the series. I mean, I can't stress how like big that is. Like, you know what I mean? This is where it all started. Like, like, if people are going to jump on the Metal Gear bandwagon, that's fine. But like, this is where it all began. So show the game some love. You know what I mean? Without this game, there wouldn't be a Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Without this game, there wouldn't be a Hideo Kojima. How about that? I mean, realistically speaking, where would Hideo Kojima be without Metal Gear? Like, I don't think he would be doing. He'd probably be making movies. I say he'd probably be making movies if he wasn't making video games. I think. But as far as video games is concerned, like where would he be without Metal Gear? Um, so simple over Hideo Kojima, that's fine. But remember that this is what made Hideo Kojima Metal Gear. They kind of have random movements, as you can see. And they move very quickly as well sometimes. It makes it difficult to position yourself. He spotted me just as I was punching him. I got lucky. Like there's so many remakes of there's so many remakes of like PS2 generation games. Um, like with Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 4. And we've also seen quite a few PS1 remakes as well with Resident Evil 2 and 3. But there's very few games that I just don't understand why they don't do it. I mean, because some of those games still hold up to this day, especially Resident Evil 4, I think holds up to this day. I think some people would even argue that Silent Hill 2 to an extent, well, I wouldn't say it holds up too well actually, but 4, Resident Evil 4 definitely holds up to this day. I think people would definitely agree that The Last of Us on PS3 holds up, and that got a remake. It just baffles me that there's not many like NES generation games that get remade. Um, I find that very strange. I just find that very, very strange how that isn't the case. Um, so it just makes a lot of sense to go back and remake Metal Gear. I'm just pitching that so much. I want this game to get remade so much. But unfortunately, we all know what's going to happen. Like they're gonna end up remaking either Metal Gear Solid or else Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. I think a Snake Eater remake would piss me off even more than the Metal Gear Solid remake because it would just confuse things even more. Because like Phantom Pain, we got to see Big Boss kind of become himself, and then they're going to go back to where it all started again because Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is actually where the series starts. Like that game has already been done. Remaking it is just going to be daft, and it's gonna piss me off to see like the origin story told again. Just this game has never been remade. Like Metal Gear has never been remade or remastered or anything like that. So it just makes sense. And again, it's a NES game. You can obviously add so much to this game. I mean, look at it. Like, I mean, you can add so much visually to the game. You can have an amazing soundtrack. Cutscenes. You name it. Like, there's no cutscenes in this game. I mean, it's a NES game. Imagine what you could do remaking a NES game on PS5. Just think about that now for a second. Imagine going from a NES to a PS5. What you could do with it. There's something that you can do, in my opinion, going from a PS3 to a PS5. Apart from just putting in like visual stuff here and there, like you can do so much with a remake of Metal Gear. It has to happen. It needs to happen, and it should happen. And I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to stop talking about it because it fucking needs to happen. I swear to God, I will not be silenced on this issue. I'm gonna say it as many fucking hell. What's up with the live chat? I'm trying to find the chat there and it's gone. There we go. Sneak Eater got a remake as a Pacino machine. Stop, chat, for God's sake. To be fair, Konami have redeemed themselves, I think, recently. I mean, look at what they did with the Ninja collection, the Mutant Ninja Turtle collection. Look what they've done with Silent Hill. So they have redeemed themselves. They've got shit. They've got fuck. God, move ya. They do have a long way to go before they're like fully like redeem themselves, but they have definitely started to redeem themselves. There's no doubt about that. Yes. Wait, where am I going? Oh, you have to go into one of these trucks. Oh, damn it. Anyway, because one. Shit. I think there was I pressed A too quickly. I think I got a packet of. Oh no, I have my cigarettes. Card 1. We actually need that key card actually, so I'm going to equip that. But the only thing is that they're going to respawn. See? It's not that bad actually. So you go into the back of this truck and it will move you. I think the next time we saw this in a game, possibly, is Metal Gear Solid. I think a lot of gamers, even gamers my age and our age, Chad, will kind of mostly remember this in Metal Gear Solid. Because if you actually go into a cardboard box and go into the back of a truck, you'll get moved from one location to the next location. But again, this is where it first got referenced. Okay, so I'm finally inside the facility now. Making a little bit of progress now, which is good. So hopefully, going into next year, Konami will hold some kind of Metal Gear event similar to the Silent Hill transmission. Big Boss here. Your mission is to infiltrate. Again, this is Big Boss speaking to me. Um, Big Boss isn't a character that got introduced into the series like later on, like years on in the like Big Boss isn't a new character. Big Boss is literally the original character. The first name you read in Metal Gear is Big Boss. The first character you were introduced to in Metal Gear is Big Boss. He's not a new character. He's not something that they was introduced to a new audience. He literally was there from the very beginning. Big Boss. He's the most iconic character in the series, and that is him right there. I can't stress how fantastic that actually is. Your mission is to infiltrate. Be careful not to let enemy detect you. There's a bit of translation issues there. Do not let enemy detect you. I should say the enemy, but all these military tanks. So it's crazy to think, even though you can barely see him, but you are playing a Solid Snake. Like, this is Solid Snake. This is the first time Solid Snake had his moment. Oh fuck. Oh, where did he come from? Oh shit, where did they come from? Oh god. Ah, almost made it into the room. Yeah, you're getting sleepy, fall asleep. Again, stealth gameplay, avoiding enemy contact, avoiding conflict, sneaking. And of course, if the situation, oh shit, if it's needed, you do use combat, but only if it is needed. Oh, don't shoot! Like, I think this is an example of, well, you probably could use stealth here, but you have to be really good. But I think this is an example of when you actually do have to use um, physical combat. I'm just thinking of something. No, it couldn't have been. No, I was actually, I got a weird moment there for a second. There was a weird, like, military type game that I played on the Sega Mega Drive, and it's probably one of those Commando games from EA, more than likely. I I just can't see. I'm seem to have this weird, like, I seem to have this weird, like, um Mandela effect, where it just, the memory just doesn't match up to what it actually is. Anyway, I got a weird feeling. I thought it was actually Metal Gear there for a moment, because there is a part where it's very like this. But obviously, Metal Gear was only released on, in terms of like mainstream consoles, it was only released on the NES. I didn't have a NES growing up, so it couldn't have been Metal Gear. It was definitely a Mega Drive, and I know for a fact there was no Metal Gear on Mega Drive, so it couldn't have been that. It just looked like it. But to be fair, there's a lot of NES games that look alike, 8-bit graphics. It's yeah. Like, I know that Trelena, for an example, is played Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So I don't know how big of a Metal Gear fan she is, um, but Trelena definitely enjoyed Metal Gear 5: The Phantom Pain. So um, I don't see her on the live stream. But if I was streaming Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, would she be on the live stream? So hmm, I just think it's interesting, really, when you kind of have the situation where you've got someone that's like playing the latest entry of a series, whether it's Resident Evil or whether it's Metal Gear, and they're just kind of like, you know, they kind of come into they kind of they walk into the room of this Metal Gear party or Resident Evil party, and oh, hi guys, I like this, um, but it's like, do you? Do you really? Or are you just buying it and playing it because it's popular now, you know? But when you show them Metal Gear, which was the very first game in the series, you just see them like wandering away from the party. Then like it's like, oh, okay, that's not really my kind of thing, you know? I don't know. Each their own. As long as the person's happy, that's all that matters. But oof. But it's true. It's true. It's true. If I was streaming Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, Trolene would probably be here. And she'd probably be saying, oh, you know, if you do this at this precise moment, that's going to happen. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But did you know the big boss's first reference in Metal Gear? Oh, I gotta go now. Do you know what I mean? Oof indeed, Chad. Oof indeed. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Look, each to their own. I understand. Everyone is different. Everyone likes different things. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'm just big into the history of games. I just think gaming history is just something that excites me. You know, and just kind of, I just you know, apart from sharing my passion of video games with the whole wide world, I also like to share the history of gaming. And this is history. This is history. You know, like this is history. Some people like history. Some people like to hear about, you know, the First World War or whatever. Right? This is history. This is gaming history. If you're a gamer and you like history, then this is gaming history. This is where Metal Gear started. This is the beginning of a series that would become extremely iconic. There's even a movie being made of Metal Gear right now. Everyone is simping over Hideo Kojima. Why? Because of this game, because of who he became, because of this game. This is history. And that's, yeah, it's history. This is gaming history, right? Why is it not moving? There we go. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. Thankfully, they don't actually follow you. They won't actually follow you. I thought they. I could have sworn when I played this game a while back, good while back, that they actually followed you. The enemies followed you, or is it that they're going to be continually on alert? Oh, okay, this is going to be tough. If I can save Grey Fox in the live stream, I'll be happy. Yes. Oh, I'm in the wrong room, I think. Oh, that was close. That was close. That would have been a pitfall, and I would have just died, and that would have been the end of Solid Snake. He would have had a very short career. Oh, fuck. Come on, go on, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Shit, get over here. Okay, I gotta go behind here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Where did they come from? Okay. We're making a little bit. This looks like Mega Man every time I come to this stage of the game. It actually, yeah, it actually reminds me of Mega Man. Metal Mega Man. started over this. Oh, what's in here again? What was that? Oh, ammunition. Which I don't. Yeah, I don't have any weapons. So I can't use the ammunition because I have no weapons. But once I get a weapon, I presume it's going to, be for that. There he is. I died. How did I die here last time? That was a close call. I'm pretty sure that this guy is actually Grey Fox. I'm pretty sure of it. So what you're looking at there is, and this is one of the hostages. It could be one. It could be just a regular hostage. I'm not too sure. There was no mention of any hostages in the mission briefing. So I'm guessing this could actually be Grey Fox, which again, as I mentioned earlier, is actually Cyber Ninja, which you see in Metal Gear Solid. So I think there's actually an enemy right here. Wait, how did I die? I think there's actually a gas mask. Okay. There's gas in that room, I think. So when you go in there, you die, obviously. Okay. So that's what happened the last time. So I was wondering what happened the last time. Okay. So I know what songs like earlier, and throughout this live stream, I'm like, well, first of all, like obsessing over a remake for Metal Gear, and um, uh, I know that I'm like a dog with a bone, just will not let it go when it comes to a Metal Gear remake. I know I have been, again, talking about it for so long. I have been repeating it over and over again. That is because I personally, and I know that there are, I know that they are, like, let's just say, like older Metal Gear fans who agree with me. I know one person I actually went to school with him, and I know from reactions online that they are they are older Metal Gear fans who really want to see a Metal Gear remake. So it's not just me that wants to see a Metal Gear remake. I again for the fact that um, everything has been for Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, up until the Phantom Pain, everything has been about Big Boss, right? The origin story of Big Boss. Okay? So Metal Gear Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 4 was all about Solid Snake. Okay? But every game, so Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, I call it Peacekeeper earlier, it's actually Peace Walker, and the Phantom Pain has all been about Big Boss. And the last game in the series was the Phantom Pain, and the fact of the matter is, Metal Gear takes place after the Phantom Pain, and the main character, um, the character that you're actually like going up against is actually Big Boss, and there's the story of like the Phantom Pain is all about how Big Boss becomes a quote unquote villain of the series. Okay, so it just makes sense timeline wise to remake Metal Gear. Also, just look at this game. it needs a remake. You know, it could definitely do with a remake. But unfortunately, Konami are probably going to take the route that most companies do in the entertainment business, is just pander to Zoomers, pander to your younger audience who just jump on the Hideo Kojima love bandwagon, um, and they just don't know about Twin Snakes, which is the remake of Metal Gear Solid that already exists, and they just don't care about it. And so, unfortunately, I think that Konami are going to pander to that audience instead of the older Metal Gear audience who really want to see a Metal Gear remake. So I just think for those reasons, that is why Metal Gear should get remade. And again, it's not just me who wants this; it's other people who want it. Okay, so I wanted to touch upon that. I also want to touch upon um, my like I'm looking for the right words. Um, the fact that I'm so that I might come across as being like very like aggressive in terms of, you know, um like um aggressive in terms of people who mightn't really know about or care about the original Metal Gear, but are, you know, big fans of the Phantom Pain. It's it's just it's just it's just irritating. I have to admit, it's irritating that somebody can be a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, right? Which is a game all about Big Boss, right? Um, and there's so much like plots in there that are just continuing in Metal Gear. And then you show them Metal Gear and they just have no interest. Or you say like, the conversation of a remake comes up, and they're like, oh, Metal Gear Solid should get remade. It just irritates me, I have to admit. So yeah, so I mean, I know I might come across that in like pushing the history of Metal Gear down people's throats, and um, kind of like demanding that every Metal Gear fan, looks at this game and respects it. But that's not my intention. Really, it's just yeah. Again, I just find it irritating that you can be like so much of a fan of the latest game in the series and just I don't know. I don't know really. Doesn't really matter. Boone Sonic, happy Christmas Eve to you, my good friend. I hope you have a lovely, lovely Christmas. How are you doing? And you are very, very welcome to this live stream, this retro live stream, where I'm playing Metal Gear. This is the very first Metal Gear. You may have heard of the Metal Gear series. This is the very first game in the series. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you enjoy. Okay, so that little rant out of the way. Let's get back to the gameplay. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to piss a certain Supon off if he even watches my live streams anymore, to be honest with you. But unlike God of War with 2018 Ragnarok, you don't actually have to or need to play the older God of War games to really kind of understand what's going on in the story of God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. You just don't. Things happened, but they're not really important. But anyone who knows Metal Gear, and that's the thing, anyone who knows Metal Gear, if you don't know Metal Gear, then fuck off into the kitchen. Just go away because it doesn't concern you. Anyone who knows about Metal Gear, right, knows that the lore of Metal Gear is extremely extreme. First of all, it's complex, but it's all connected. There's so much connections. They're all connected. Like Metal Gear is 100% connected to Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, because it literally continues after the Phantom Pain. Metal Gear does. So it does actually matter. You kind of do need to play those games. I'm doing good. I am glad you're doing good. I am doing very well. Thank you so much for asking, Boone Sonic. Thank you. Also, yesterday I got to open my gifts early. You got to open your gifts early. Ah, lucky you. Lucky you. You got your first PC. I got my first own PC. Congrats, Boone Sonic. His first PC. Oh, you are lucky. You are lucky. You're going to be the envy of the fucking planet. But you got to open your presents yesterday. And you got a PC. That is fantastic. I'm actually hyped for you. Welcome to the PC Master Race. You're going to look down on me now for the rest of my live streams. Oh, look at him with his NES. I've got my gaming PC. I'm only joking. It's a pity I didn't pick up any rations. Yeah. Rations. Oh, you are so lucky. I actually can't wait to open my presents tomorrow, because it's one present that I've been looking back at for like over a month. Over a month. It's been wrapped for over a month, just sitting under the Christmas tree, teasing me. Just open me. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait until Christmas. I'm going to be good. So you're lucky. Well, realistically, I could have opened it myself, like, but I'm just, I'm too much of a traditionalist. Okay, so I'm going to stay away from the room on the right side when you rescue Grey Fox. Oh, for God's sake, come on. There's no way to avoid them. Okay, I'm going to do one more playthrough of this, and then I'm going to take a break. But I'm not going to turn my channel into a Metal Gear channel. But I am definitely, like, my NES is hooked up here, and I was going to stay here. And I'm going to return to Metal Gear from time to time, because I just like to. I just think it's it's a great piece of gaming history. Okay, it's the first game in the Metal Gear series. Again, not the timeline, because the timeline is going to confuse so many people. It's a crazy timeline for anyone um, looking in from the outside of the Metal Gear series. It's just so confusing. It's even confusing to me at the best of times, to be honest with you. So even though Metal Gear is the first game in the series, it's actually quite late in the, well, not very late, but it doesn't like it doesn't take place first in the timeline. Basically, that's all you need to know about that. But I am definitely going to return to this game, kind of on and off, like, in between other games as well. Like, my live chat has gone weird again. No, I click live chat and nothing shows up. What the fuck is going on? I'll check it after. So I've never completed Metal Gear. See, I never actually had this game growing up. I wouldn't have even been alive, I don't think, when this game came out. This is one of the hardest ones. Oh, God. My live chat is gone. There it is. Okay. I didn't miss much. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be my final playthrough of this live stream. A lot more Metal Gear to look forward to. Trust me on that one. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make a Metal Gear remake happen by just continually like reminding people of Metal Gear and getting Metal Gear into people's heads long enough for a Metal Gear remake to just surface, just manifest itself. Oh God, leave me out. Fuck. Move. Okay. What? That door's locked now. I think that door just locked itself. Did it? Wait, what the? Wait. Oh, he's already gone. Oh, I didn't know that. I already have him. Okay, well, I will know that the next time. But now I have to go and make my dinner. Um, so this is going to be the end of my Metal Gear live stream. That's all for Metal Gear for right now, at least. Anyway, just going to get my live chat back up to see that I missed any comments. It's acting up. I don't think I did. Okay, so I'm going to wish everyone a lovely, lovely, happy Christmas. Although I may return for a Christmas live stream. I have something in my mind for something, but I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see. I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. But nonetheless, Merry Christmas to everyone. You just came back as I'm going. I didn't know that you were gone, so okay. But you're back, and I'm going to have to go. So this is going to be the end of the live stream. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas to you, Boo and Sonic. Thank you so much for dropping by the live stream. And if I don't stream before Christmas, have a lovely, lovely Christmas, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.